Hello, my marvellous sausages! Now, if you want to know how to play Destiny Rising on PC, because when I was streaming, I had loads of people going, how do you play it on PC? What's this on? Is this on mobile or is it on this? Well, of course, it's natively on mobile and you can play it on tablets and the like. But because I'm an old fart, I like to play things on PC, basically because I can use a controller and it's just much easier for me to do that. And you might be like me. So, let me show you exactly how to get Destiny Rising on PC. It's really, really easy to do. First thing you need to go to is playdestinyrising.com. That's their main website. I'll leave a link in the description. It's also here on the screen. Now, once you get to this page, you can see there you've got Play on PC. And all you got to do is click that play button. It'll download something called the Moo Player. Now, it's not Mildred. But what it is, yes, thanks Mildred, but it's not Mildred, it is an emulator, basically, for an Android phone. Now, there are other ones out there, but the reason why I picked Moo Player is because it's done by NetEase, and they're the ones who did Destiny Rising, so it's going to have probably the best kind of support for it, okay? So what you're going to do is go ahead, click on the download button, and install it, okay? Now, once you've done the installation, you'll be presented with this. Now, you should see like a little Android device there in the center of your screen. Hang on a minute, let me do that. There we go. So there's the Android device in the device. If it's blank, then all you need to do is press new and add a new one in there and create. Make sure you do it in landscape. It's a lot easier. You don't want portrait on your monitor and how many devices. Click create and it'll appear there on your screen. So what that in essence now is it's a phone, okay? So you've got like a little environment where you can sort of run a phone inside your PC. Now, if you want to make sure you've got the best settings for the game to run, this is what I set mine up to do. Now, it depends on your PC, how powerful of a monster you have, or what you want to do with it. I'm streaming mine as well. I'm doing it all from one PC, so I didn't crank it up to full. I've kind of playing it on sort of on the middling version, but I'm finding it absolutely brilliant on that anyway. It runs so well. But anyway, what you want to do, click on the three dots here and go to device settings. First thing you've got there is performance. That Vulkan exclusive is what you want it on, because that is the dedicated graphic-y thing for the emulator and the phone. Do that. Don't do DirectX. You might end up having some problems. Now then, scrolling down then, you've got your performance settings. It's entirely up to you what you want to set this up as. Because if you've got a CPU with more than 4 cores, I just clicked on the one that said best performance for both of them. But if you know your PC well, you know how much gig you've got or how much you want to run, you can change these here. Remember, putting them up beyond what your PC isn't really capable of will make it stutter and fart about the place a bit. So I've just gone for best performance. I've gone for 4 cores there, and I've gone for 6 gig there. Best performance, best performance. And then the final thing I've got on this page is we've got forced use of discrete graphics card. Stick that on if you've got a nice graphics card that you wanted to use and chunder around with. So there we go. That's all I've changed here. Then you can move down to display. Now what you want this to be is basically what you use on your monitor resolution. I've got 1440p, so that's what I like to use, but you may be playing in 1920 by 1080, so pick that one, whatever's going to be best for your system, okay? And then we've got the maximum FPS here. So I've set mine to 60, because the reasons I've done that is that my timeline in my editor is 60 frames, and it's just better for me and my performance, but it can run up to 120, okay? So you can actually change that to whatever you want it to be, all right? So but 120 is the limit. So if you want it to be as smooth as possible with the highest frame rate, check that to 120. Right then, once you've done that, here's your Android device. Look, it's switched off at the moment. It says powered off. You can either turn it on by clicking on the screen here, or you can click the play button here. What that does is activate the phone, or the virtual phone is the best way to think about it. It doesn't take too long to load. It does have updates. I've just been updating it as I've been going, really, but I've only had one update since. Right then, now you're going to be presented with what looks like an Android screen, okay? And if you haven't got Destiny Rising on here already, look, I got PUBG on there as well. I was thinking of giving that a try because I loved PUBG. It was great. Anyway, Destiny Rising should already be on there for you if you click that download link. If it isn't, don't fret. All you need to do is go to the Play Store, okay? So the Google Play Store, click on that, and it'll ask you to sign in to your account, and you just download it there, okay? So let's go to the store, and here it is, and then you just type in Destiny Rising in the games. Let's have a little look here. Where is it there? Destiny. Let me do it up here so you can see it all. Destiny Rising. There we are, and bang, it'll be there, look. Just click, oh, it's got an update on mine, we need to do anyway. But there we go, just click it and download it, and then you will use it as normal. In fact, I'm going to update mine there. My God, it's at 1 million downloads already. The game's great fun, mind. Yeah, but I'll be doing a separate video on the game itself. Anyway, click update. I'm doing just going to do an update there. Hang on. So there we go. It's done and installed. I can close that page down, look, and it'll go back to your main Android page then. Okay, and there it is. So what you need to do now is just click on it and it'll start playing. Now, as for controls for this, you can use the keyboard and the mouse. It's already built in there and it just works straight off. Or you can plug in and use the controller. Okay, so I'm just going to plug in my Xbox controller now and it'll say gamepad detector at the top. And then I can start, there, as you can see, like it's like the normal Destiny pointer that pops up. You'll still see a mouse pointer on there. And every time you move your keyboard, it'll deactivate the controller and go back to keyboard. But then once you start moving your controller again, look, it'll come in. So it's great. So what I'm finding myself doing is using the controller for playing the game and the mouse for all the menu-driven stuff. But anyway, so if you want to play the game, all we need to do is then tap Start Anywhere. So once we do this, it'll load into the game. Now, there's quite a lot of extra downloads as well. I think it's just like different missions, different story missions and all that kind of a thing that it sticks in. So that's worth doing too. You can get there's my rewards all popped in there for the day. Oh, I've got day 4 there. I haven't claimed them yet. It's great. Thanks very much, Bon Voyage Job. I'm not talking about the game at the moment. I just want to talk about how you can actually get to play it. Okay. So, you can see here, it's windowed, which means that you can see I've got Android device and all that there. You want to go full screen, what I do is press F11, bang, it'll go into full screen. And there we go. You've got your full Destiny Rising. I'm really enjoying it. It's crazy. Look, you go fishing here. I'm dying to make a video about the game, which I will be doing soon. But here we are. This is how you get playing on the PC. I was amazed at how easy it was. When I tried to do PUBG, I had to create like a controller scheme to show which part of the mobile controls would work with which part of the joypad, and it was an utter nightmare. With Destiny Rising, it did it all for me. It was just all built in. So you can see here I'm running around with my one of my heroes here, and I think to myself, right, well, I'm going to go in now and start fiddling with the menus. You can use your pad, look, but you can just go in and start clicking on that here. Let's have a little look at what we got for events here. There we are. There's been new like challenges and stuff. I can claim some of that stuff. There we are. That's great. And then once I've finished with it, if I want to, I'll claim all. Let's do that. Sorry, look at all the stuff. It's terribly addictive like that. Then once you come out of here, once I pick up my pad, look, it just goes straight back to pad control, which I think is great. So there we go. There's how you use it on PC. If you've got any questions at all, don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know if you're playing it. And give me an idea of what sort of videos you'd like to see about Destiny Rising as well. If you want to play Destiny Rising, like I said, there'll be a link in the description. I'm not being paid to do this. It's just a public service. Oh, yes. Actually, if you want to see me playing it, I've done 2 live streams on it already. So I'll leave links to both of those here on the screen. Hang on. Let's go and do a bit of fishing. Look. So I can do this here. Fish. X. I'm going to pick me rod. And I'm going to do that. Yes, good. Lovely. That's selected. Look, I'll stick some bait in here now. Let's buy that one because it's the most common one that I've got. And then all I'm going to do is start fishing. I'm going to cast me rod in. Find a spot that it'll go in, which isn't red. Or did that work? Yeah, and it did. Lovely. Cast away. Oh, so it didn't work, look, because I'm an idiot. There we are. Let's try again. And in it goes. And then we wait for a fish to occur. It's a fish. Now's your chance. Oh no, it's the mini game. I've got to keep the hook. Why isn't that working? I've got to keep the hook. Why isn't the hook working? What's going on? Oh, why isn't it working? Oh, I've got to do that. That's why. You've got to hold it on the fish, look, and get that bar down to 0. Nearly there. Nearly there. Come on. There, nearly there. Come on. Ooh. Ooh, it's quite hard. Come on, you pain in the ass. Yeah, finally did it. I caught a fish. An iron perch. Lovely. Anyway, there we go. Enjoy your gaming. See you soon. Sausage. Hurt.